Okay, this is the Exam 3 assignment. So I have downloaded and opened the Exam 3 file from Canvas, and this is what it currently looks like. Let me, um, let me zoom in here so that you guys can see it a little bit better. I'll leave it 150%. Okay, so it says in step 3 that we're going to enter in some new labels for student average, exam average, highest grade, and lowest grade in the cell locations shown in the example. Okay, so in column E, I'm putting in student average, and I'm leaving that in all capital letters. In row 12, I'm putting in exam average. Row 13 is highest grade, and row 14 is lowest grade. Okay. It says to size column A to fit the new labels. So we'll come up here on the line in between columns A and B and auto size those so it will fit. Okay, it wants me to wrap student average in the cell. So here in cell E3, it wants me to use the wrap text function so that student average will fit inside of the one cell, and it will be 2 lines of text like that. Okay, it wants me to insert a column after column D. So whenever we insert a column, it will insert to the left. So I'm going to put my cursor on the column header for column E. I'm going to right click, come down to insert, and it will insert a column for me in between there. Okay, so now enter the exam label exam 4. And it wants me to enter in the following scores. So just following the examples, 88, 82, 86, 94, 79, and 94. Oh, I skipped a step. Okay, in step 6, it wanted me to calculate the student average for each student by entering the average function in cell E5 and copying it across. Okay. So I will, we'll skip a step and do that. Okay, so I'm going to select cell F5, come up to my auto sum button, and there's a drop down arrow. I'll drop down and select the average function, and it will select cells B5 through E5. Hit enter, and they will average those scores. The average score is 87, and I will copy that formula down. Okay, sorry about going out of order. All right, so now I'm on step 9. I want to calculate the exam average by entering the average function in B12 and copying it across. Okay, so here in B12, I'm going to select my average function again. I've got B5 through B10 select, or B11 selected. Hit enter, and now I can copy that formula across. Okay, in step 10, I'm going to calculate the highest grade for columns B through F. Okay, so in column B13, I'm going to come up to my AutoSum function with the drop-down arrow. And for the highest grade, I want to use the max function. The max function will bring back the highest number in a range. Okay, so hit max. And I only want to get the maximum of B5 through B10. I don't want to include my exam average in that range. So B5 through B10, hit enter. The highest score came back as 98. I can eyeball and look here and see that the high score is actually 98. So now I can copy that formula across. And then in step 11, I'm going to find the lowest grade. The lowest grade. So I'll go back up to my auto sum button. This time I will select the min feature. Min. Make sure I've got B5 through B10 selected. Hit enter. This says that the low score is 65. I'll look up here and check, and yes, indeed, the low score is 65. Then I will copy that formula to the right. Okay, now in step 12, it wants me to format all student average, exam average, highest grade, and lowest grades to whole numbers with 2 decimals, and then apply bold to the student average grade. Okay, so first I want student average to whole numbers with 2 decimals. Okay, so I can use my comma function for those, and I can do the same thing here for exam average, highest and lowest grade. Okay, that gives me a whole number with 2 decimal places. It wants me to apply bold to student average. And then it wants me to format and align the worksheet data as indicated in the example, and then set the page to print with grid lines and column and row headings. Add a footer. Okay, so up here where it says grades, it wants that to be 16-point font, and it wants me to bold it and to merge and center it over columns A through F. Okay, then it wants row 3 to be bold, center, italics. This student average is kind of crowded, so I'm just going to make that a little bit bigger. Okay. And then it wants exam average in blue, bold, highest grade with green, bold, and lowest grade with red, bold. So I'm just going to select the scores for highest, for exam average, bold that. I'm going to set my color as blue. Then next I'll select highest grade. I'll make that green and bold. And my lowest grade, I'm going to make red and bold. Okay, and it looks like everything else is good on that. Then we will set to print with grid lines and row and column headings, and insert a footer. Okay, so here I've got it's set to print with grid lines and headings, so I'm good on that. And then I will just insert a footer with my name and the assignment name and what period I'm in, and make sure you save it to your H drive and submit it on Canvas. And you guys are done with this assignment. This was exam 3. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope that you were able to follow it to help you get the assignment done. So, thanks for listening.